Hey, gonna show how to crochet a spider web. So I'm gonna start. We're gonna lay our yarn down. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna hold my needle in my right hand, and the length of the yarn will be dealt with my left hand. If you're left-handed, then you reverse and hold your needle in your left hand and hold your yarn in your right hand. Right now, we're gonna make a slip knot. So I have my yarn sitting here, and I'm gonna cross it over like that. So the long piece goes over the small piece. You want to grab it where that cross part is. And you want to take your yarn through that hole and then pull. And you have a slip knot. And if you pull the piece that's attached to your yarn, you'll see the knot going smaller and smaller. And then you'll stick your needle in, give it a little tug, and you have your needle on there. So now we're going to chain. And by that, I'm going to hold on to this knot right on here for now, just so I can start. And you're going to take your yarn that's attached to your, your yarn ball, and you're going to go around the knitting needle, hold on to that knot with that hand, and pull that piece of yarn through the hole. Okay, we're going to hold it again. We're going to wrap it around, take it, and take it through the hole. We're going to do 5 of these. So that was 2, 3, 4, around 5. So remember, you go around the back to the front, and that's where you'll hook it and pull it through. So we have 5. So now we're going to go into our first, we're going to make it into a round. So our first stitch is right here. As you can see, right where we did our first, we're going to wrap around once. No, I'm sorry. We're going to go right in because we're going to connect it. We're going to go right into that with our crochet needle. We're going to get that little boopy out of the way. We're going to wrap around once, and we're going to pull it through both of those holes. So we have a circle. Okay, let me show you one more time. So we just put on our 5 stitches. We're going to go into our first stitch right here. We're just going to stick our needle in. So when you look at it, it looks like this, and you have 2 stitches on your needle. You're going to then take your long yarn that's attached, and if this is too much and getting on your nerves, cut it. So we're going to take our yarn that's attached to our ball, and you're going to, so that little thing always gets on my nerves. And my hands are a little bothering me today, so I'm a little clumsy. It looks more clumsier than, I'm looking more clumsier than it actually is. So then you want to take your yarn around the back again underneath the hook, and you're just going to pull it through those 2 things on your hook, the 2 loops. And you have a nice little hole. How do you like that? So technically now we're on our 3rd row. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 4. We're going to chain 3. And the way I remember that is I've done my first row, which was on my chain stitch, my second row, which was making it into this, and now I'm on my 3rd. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go into the middle, the hole. That big hole, we're just going to go into there. We're going to grab our thread, our yarn, bring it up, and take it through the stitch that's on our needle. You always want to be left with one stitch. Okay? So we have one. So now we're going to do 3 more on our needle. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go back through the middle, grab it, pull it, take it through, and we have our next stitch. Can you see how it's starting? It's starting to come. So we're going to do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go in, take our thread, our yarn, and take it through. Then we have another one. Now, well, let me finish this and then I'll tell you. Okay, so we're just going to keep going until we get to the other side again. So we're going to go 1, 2, and if it's hard to get through the needle, it's okay. 3, take it down there, take your yarn up, take it through the hole. Sometimes your little tail gets stuck in there, just pull it out. We're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3. Stick it down in there again. Go around. Take it through the yarn that's on your needle. Okay. So you can see we have one here. Here's our spider webby holes. And we want to kind of connect over here. So here's where you'll decide whether you are going to go straight. I'm going to teach you my way, but you can go straight or do like I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into my 4th row after I connect right here. So wait, let me just, got a little tangled. Okay. So now I'm going to go again. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to hit it over here. So you see how we have this gap here? And over here is our hole. I'm just going to hit right here in the middle of that. So where my hole is, I'm going to hit the top chain on that and go through there. And then I'm going to go 1 and 2. And now we're going to have our next chain. So now I'm going around on the 4th. So I'm going to do 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. And I'm going to take it over to the loop that I have right here. You'll see it when you're doing it. It's kind of hard to see it on here, but you'll see your loop that you have, and you want to go on to the top loop of that, stick your needle in, and then just take it through. Your 2, there you go. And you can see it's getting bigger. And then we're going to do again. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go to our next one, which is over here. And I'm going to go in it. And I'm going to pull my yarn through once, through twice. Always end up with a single. And we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to find the next one, which is right here. Get it in the middle. And we go through 1, and we go through 2, and we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna find it over here. Gonna go through the top, that top loop. Gonna go through once. Gonna go through twice. As you can see, here's our middle, and we're going around and we're starting our spider web. Okay, and you can see here I have my 1 hole and my 2 holes. So here's where I want to start to make it bigger. So I'm going to go with 5. So I'm going to wrap it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, spider webs are not perfect. They're beautiful, but there's no, you don't look at a spider web and say, oh, that spider did it wrong. So whatever way this comes out, it's going to be beautiful anyway because it's going to look like a nice spider web, especially when you use a thinner yarn or a dark yarn or whatever you're doing. So you'll go over to the, see, you got your hole right here. And we have our chain up here. I'm just going to stick our needle in. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take it around, take it through the 1, take it through the 2. And we're going to do again. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go over to the next one, go in the middle of the chain up there, go through once, take it through, go through both of them, and again. If it feels a little loose to you, just pull your string that you're holding, your yarn that you're holding. We're going to go again. 1. Mine slips off all the time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go over to the next one. You can see in the middle, you know, because you want to cross over, so you'll just grab it in the middle where there's no holes. Like you see how I have a hole here and a hole here. You want to get your yarn in the middle there because we're kind of like crossing over. And then we go around, we go through once, we go through both of them, and we do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to go into the next middle one, which is right here. Put it in, take it through once, or take it around again, take it through the 2. Again, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and we see that's there, so we're going to hit over here. Going to take it through. Going to just run it through and run it through the 2. And you see how it's coming? Now, again, this is chunkier yarn. It has a pattern on it. Probably not the best yarn to show you on here as far as how beautiful it looks in real life. But now we'll start with our 6th. So we're going to chain on 6. 1, remember, go behind the needle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then just take it in the middle If you want to do 7 instead of 6, go for it. You could do as many as you want if you want to make it bigger and floppier. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're just going to go in here, grab it, take it through, take it through. And the looser you do this, the better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because you want that floppier, and when you iron it to make it flat. Okay, and we're going to go into here. Take our yarn, 1, 2, and I'm running out of yarn. And I did that purposely so I can show you how to connect if you run out of yarn. But for now, let's look. Now, once you get this, it's kind of hard to see. I would put, I don't know if I have any here yet right now. Let me just look real quick for something. I knew I had stuff sitting here, but I don't think I have my spiders sitting here anymore. Yeah. So, we're starting, and I'm going to show you how to connect yarn. But let's pretend, well, these are rings, but it doesn't matter. I'll just pull it apart. Pretend you have a black spider. And this is a ring, so a plastic ring, so this will connect it good. But if you put your thing through here, your spider, then you have your spider in the middle of it. So you can't see the middle part if you don't, if you don't want to. And you don't have to keep the ring part on to go through it. You can cut that off and glue it on, hot glue it on, whatever, and you have your spider in the middle of it. Now, quickly, let me show you what happens if you run out of yarn. What you will do is grab your yarn, the piece that you're going to use next, and you will just you'll put them together and very small, very small and tight. You'll just do your little knot. Make it as tight as you can. Cut off those ends. And you'll continue to knit. Crochet. I'm not knitting, a crochet. Okay, so let's go back. Now I'm going to do, we're on 6. So let's do 6 again. And then the next row I'm going to do 8. So I can show you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to go over here to the middle of the 2 holes. Oh my God, all my stuff just fell, of course. Be amazing if I cleaned. You want to take it through 1, take it through your 2. And you can see how it's really forming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you'll go over to the next one, stick your needle in, pull it through once, take it around again, pull it through twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, behind your needle, hook it. 5, 6. Here comes our connector, our connection that we made. It'll be coming up soon, but we want to go and put it into our next in between. Go through once, take it, go through both of them. That's called double crochet, but whatever. And we're going to do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to take it over here, take it through, go up, and go through. Okay, and you see how it's starting? So let's do, that was 6, let's do 8. Okay, so we're going to chain 8 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're going to go over. Now if you want to do more, do more. Let's do 10. We'll do 10, 9, 10, just to give it a little bit more of a lacier look. And you see where you ended, and you'll just go in, stick your needle in, do the same thing. Go through once, go through twice, do 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to go over to the next, which is right here. Stick our needle in, do the same thing. Take it, pull it through once, wrap it around again, pull it through twice. And you see how you're getting the bigger? Let me do a couple more, and then I'll show you how. Then you'll just keep going and going until you're done. Then I'll show you how to sign it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you really get in the groove of it once you start. So you'll pull up where you are. You see right here is where we're going next, because it's next to the loop right there we want to go over. We're going to stick it in there. We're going to do our 1, do our 2. You pull it through both, unless you're having issues like me right now. Pull it through there, and then we go. And we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to go over the next one into here. And the same thing. Pull it through. Pull it through again. And again. Just wrap it, remember, behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again. Now I can see here that I am by my 10 where I started. So I want to add more because I want it to be a little bit flimsier. So I'm going to add 2 more. So I'm going to do 12. Except my yarn's getting stuck through there. Okay, I'm going to do 12. Okay, because 10 would have been, and you could do 14 if you want it to be floppier, because you see the more we go out, the floppier it gets. So let's do, I did 12, let's do 14. This is all up to you. As you start doing it, you're going to see it come to life, and you're going to be like, oh, I want to add more because I want it to be floppier as it gets bigger. Do you know what I mean? So we have that. Stick it in. And we're going to go around it, and we're going to take it through the 1, take it through the 2, and we're going to do it again. We're going to do 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then you're just going to continue going. Go on to the next part where you have, you're going over the next one where you have your little thing in the middle. You'll take your yarn, and of course the more that you do, the bigger it gets and the harder it is to do. So we'll just go through 1, go through 2, my hands are like, okay, Cal, we're getting there. And my yarn's split. Okay, there we go. So let's lay it out for you real quick. And you can see right here how it's starting to form, and it's going to be all, you're just going to keep going around and around and add more. And like I said, if you want to stay to the pattern that I originally said, you just do, add on one more each row you do. This one I wanted to show you that, you can do it whatever way you want. You could see here where I stayed, like I started with 3, chain of 3, went around, next chain of 4, went around, chain of 5, went around, chain of 6, went around, chain of 7, went around. But once you get the basic of how to do it, then you can sit and do it whatever way you want. When you're done, what you want to do is take your yarn and your thing. You want to just go around the back again and pull this through. And you're going to pull it pretty far. And then cut it. And then all I do is take it and knot it. There's many ways to do this, but I just give it a little knot like that, and you're not going anywhere. So, like I said, that is the basic of how you would do it. And you would just continue going around and around and around and around. So, see how like this one was 10 stitches. This ended up being 15. So you can just do the 10 all the way around. Then you can do, like I said, 12 or 15 or whatever, and you just want to build and build and build. There is no set way to do this. You're going to, there's a million ways. People crochet in a gazillion different ways. This is how I do it, and this is how I'm going to do my daughter's in a thinner thread and make her, spider web. Again, what you would do is just squirt it with some water, put your paper bath towel or whatever, kitchen towel, whatever, on it, or pressing sheet or whatever, and put it down and steam it. And like I said, you can even pin this on your ironing board so these stick out more. Now you can see here I did more of a consistent where I did the the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, and you can see how that looks. Okay, how better that looks. And this is really crappy yarn to show you guys this in, and then on here I did crazy, where this is the middle, but I did it crazier so the web looks a little bit, different. But it's all the same. Like I said, just always know when you go on to start your next round, you add one more stitch. And what you're going to do is just build out and build out and build out. So I hope that makes sense. If there's any questions, ask. It's very, very simplistic. If the hardest part of it really is the casting on, which isn't even hard at all. So let me know how you guys make out and, you know, what you guys do. Any questions, just ask. It's very fun. It goes so quickly. And like I said, you can adjust it to whatever you want. And like I said, you know, you can even do pieces like this and then sew them together and have a big, I mean, it's great. It looks, like I said, it looks, because this is not a plain colored yarn for me to show you on, it doesn't look as good as if it were a plain colored yarn, as because of all the detail in here. But it really is cool looking. I really, you know, and like I said, this is adding one each time. And that's what I started to do on here. As you can see right here, I added one each time. We got the one, and then you got the two, and you just add on. Or I did a little crazy, and I just added a bunch, you know, added whatever number I wanted to, just to get a different kind of look. So there's many ways to do it. Very simple. I hope you guys learn from this and can do it. And if you have any questions, just ask. Thanks, guys.